You ready to be counted in, Gene?
I'm so happy to be counted in, finally.
We're ready in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?
Where My Mom's At podcast with Christina P.
Mom is back in the studio, bitches. That's what's up. I hobbled my ass in here. I got a new fucking ankle brace. I'm ready. But first, let me plug my dates, yo, because my shit is back and we're booked. All right, Columbus, August 12th through 14th. That's Columbus, Ohio. And then Austin, I'm finally doing the Creek in the Cave September 9th through 11th, and then Oklahoma City at the Bricktown Comedy Club, September 23rd through 25th. Indian Apple Tits at Helium, October 6th and 7th, and then Denver at the Comedy Works, which is just fantastic, October 21st through 23rd. Raleigh, North Carolina in November, and then the Salt Lake City date has been rescheduled at Wise Guys, November 26th through 28th. I believe that's Thanksgiving weekend, so avoid your family and come see me do poop jokes instead. San Antonio has been rescheduled to December, and then Orlando, Florida in December as well. I think that was a reschedule. ChristinaPOnline.com for tickets. Also check out YMHstudios.com for new merch. There's a new Christina P shirt up now. The guys really put together a nice ensemble. Have you seen this shirt? That's nice. First of all, that's really, look what's new in the store. Christina not included, so that the perverts know that they can't fuck me. This is Rob Iler, by the way. Hi.
Hi. I think you made a mistake, by the way.
What did I
it's
say?
Native American apple tits.
Oh. Fuck. No, I think you mean indigenous peoples.
Oh, sorry. Did I?
Flog yourself. God damn it with my hand. Okay. So where is that shirt? It's really neat. It's the many faces of Christina P. And it's me as in all my incarnations. Where'd it go? It's not up there. That's weird. Cool Mom, all that shit. I got some new Cool Mom merch that's going to hit soon. And yeah, all the fun shit in Studio Jeans. Any hoodles. I'm so glad you're here, Rob Iler. What up, homie?
Well, your first one back. I'm so honored.
Bruh.
This is big.
I mean, this shit is big time.
Yeah.
Who's Randy? Oh, there it is. Get your shirt now. There's boy and girl cuts. Because, we don't believe in gender in Studio Jeans. But
There's just cuts. Yeah.
Oh, shit. So how should I refer to this one? It's the...
You don't know that lately men and women are the same size?
I didn't know that.
Small, medium, large, it's all the same.
Shit.
Yeah,
Well,
there's no difference.
Well, because when I buy formerly known as male medium, it's boxy. It doesn't really fit my shape, but who am I to judge my shape or the shirt? You know what I mean?
And people are wearing birthing parent jeans.
That's such bullshit. Fuck you. Do not take that away from women, you cunts. Chest feeding. That shit makes me so pissed.
It's all just, it's every day. There's like some,
I know.
There was one that I read the other day that made me laugh so hard.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's talk about it.
It was, do you want to read the article?
Of course.
All right, read the Google, hold on, it's really funny. Google, like, salmon. Oh my God, what was it? It was something about the Olympics in the Washington Post, how they used salmon for Norway. Look for that. Oh.
And
it's
then
so good. Look, the Washington Post one on the left.
Salmon for Norway, Chernobyl for Ukraine.
Oh, you gotta read this. Read this whole thing.
Salmon for Norway, Chernobyl for Ukraine. Korean broadcaster apologizes for, quote, inexcusable Olympics gaffe. So this is the big okay, South Korean television broadcaster that used, quote, inappropriate images for some countries in its Olympics coverage has apologized after the photographs sparked criticism that the network had invoked negative stereotypes. Oh boy, here we go. In photos for South Korea showed famous buildings and statues and K-pop group BTS. Okay, a piece of salmon was shown for Norway and pizza. Well, pizza's not Norwegian. Oh, topped with pepperoni for Canadian bacon and olives was displayed for Italy. Okay. Other countries' images were less savory. Ukraine was represented by Chernobyl. Yeah, I might not choose their biggest disaster, Chernobyl, for the Ukraine.
Let me tell you something. You haven't read my favorite part yet.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
And Hades image showed demonstrators in front of a burning street following the recent assassination of the country's president.
Yeah, and still, the next one is my favorite.
Oh, Romania. My cousin's Romania was portrayed by a photo of Count Dracula. Count Dracula. And next to the footage of Mongolia's delegation was a picture of Genghis Khan.
That's where it ends, pretty much. But I mean,
This is
that
hilarious.
is. And you know what's crazy is like this guy just has to apologize and everything's all right. Where like other people make one joke,
Yeah.
and they're dead.
Yeah. And it's funny because it says South Korean broadcaster. I thought it may have been a North Korean broadcaster. And then you'd be like, well, I get it. They don't really know much about the world.
Dracula.
Those North Koreans. They don't know about the internet. But I'm down for this guy. I wish he would do more of the broadcasts.
That's what I'm saying. We need just a network where all that goes. It's like tune in here if you want to see that. If you don't, you tune in everywhere else.
Yeah, I think so. I can handle that. I would love that.
I would love
that.
We might have to start it.
I know.
Are you happy to be back in LA?
So fucking happy. Here's the deal. I'll tell you what. I love Texas. I'm totally down. But shit gets done in LA. Shit gets done in New York and done in LA.
Yeah.
You feel that sense of fucking urgency here, homies. You don't feel that shit in Texas. There is zero sense of urgency with those motherfuckers.
And you don't even know you feel a sense of urgency until you leave. And you're like, why is everyone so dumb? You know? And then you're like, oh, it's because like in New York and LA and these places, there's somebody who like, if you do your job bad for one day, someone's behind you like, I'm next. I'm that guy. I'm that dude, you know, in other places where it's like, oh, if that person goes away, they're like, oh, there's just no one in the store.
It's so true.
Like you walk in a store and there's no one there.
That's
you know,
so
New York
true.
City, that's never happened.
Never.
No, because everything would just be taken in 30 seconds.
That is
You can't, you know?
That's true. In Austin, it's like, well, I guess, not here today. We're not going to do the smog check on your car. And it's like, we have to get our cars registered in the state of Texas. We haven't been able to because the guy's not there.
Right, and
The
then,
guy's
like,
just not there.
it's one of those places where like you're walking around with something, you're like, where do I pay for this? Like you don't even know. Where like in LA and New York, it's like, where do you think you're going?
Give me the money. Yeah.
You're like, I'm trying to look at this other shirt, and they're like, no, pay for that one first. Then you could try on the other shirt. It's like, Jesus Christ.
I know. All I say in Texas, I'm like, it's like they don't want my money. It's like nobody wants to earn money here, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, take my money. Somebody help me.
First time I went to Florida, I was like, what is going on? Like, I remember like walking into the hotel lobby, and I was the only person there. I was like, isn't there someone who's supposed to like, you're allowed to pay and like find your room? And I'm like, hello, like there's no bell, nothing, and they're just like, and then they come out and see you, and they're like, whoa. Take it easy, partner. Like you're like, oh, sorry. I just got off a plane. I'm trying to get to like, and by the way, I already paid for this.
Yeah.
Let me in my room.
Please. I know and then like you realize as an Angelino, like how, I didn't realize what a bubble culturally we really live in. I did not, I had an idea when I did the road. I was like, dude, LA is fucking weird, right? And now that I live in Texas, I'm like, oh, LA's totally weird. Like,
What do you notice?
I mean, just this shit alone, like I was hanging out by the pool today and just taking a picture at the thing and just listen, Hollywood is show business. It's building the illusion that there's more shit going on than there is. It's about beauty and glamour. And at the same time, you're like, oh, this is such an illusion. It's just bullshit. Like people care about silliness.
Yeah, I remember just 3 years ago when I moved here, I was like, I want to move by like Venice or Santa Monica and go to the beach all the time. And then I went over there and I was like, this is disgusting. It's so.
Well, now it is, right?
It's so, even before though, like we're like trying, you can't get from like your car to being on the beach without multiple homeless people interactions.
Yeah, I know now, especially.
It's just,
yeah.
And it's like listen, I grew up in fucking New York City. I understand homeless interactions all day. Like I get it. That was my life.
It's the gold standard in New York.
But that's why we went to the beach to get away from that. You know what I mean? You'd be like, oh wow, this is so like I feel like I'm on another place. Where now it's like there's just homeless people in tents next to you on your towel on the beach.
Well, give LA a minute. We're figuring shit out. It'll come back.
It was like that before Corona.
Was it?
Come on.
It wasn't as bad though.
No, it wasn't as bad, but it was still like you're like, oh, this is gross.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a New Yorker, but then people tell me New York is gross. I'm like, what? There's like garbage everywhere. I'm like, this is great.
There is nothing. This is why I'm so adamantly opposed to flip. And forgive me if I've said this before on the show.
Oh, I already know what you're gonna say.
Do you know what I'm talking
Flip-flops.
about? Yeah.
On the street. This is
In
insane.
fucking summertime. No. In Judor Titties, in the middle of the fucking city. I remember walking with my friend, and it's garbage night or whatever, the night before the garbage man comes. And then it was like, it's cooking. The garbage was cooking in the night. And people were walking in fucking flip-flops. I was going to vomit. Like, you're going to put that in your fucking house, bro?
We used to come back from like nightclubs, and it was like, we need a medic, because all the girls would take their shoes out, they'd just be bleeding, like they'd be like, oh, I don't know, like pulling shards of glass out of their feet, like, oh, I don't know, what do we want?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
They need hose slides. Why don't they have their fucking hose slides?
Yeah, this was, well, I mean, this is 20 years ago, you know?
Yeah.
That shit wasn't even, nobody,
No, they
people were
didn't
just partying.
They're just partying home.
Yeah,
Well, you
nobody
were
had
partying.
Shark Tank items in their purse. You know?
The one thing I will say in defense of Texas is how nice they are. Like these people are like, our neighbor walked us over cookies that he baked for us. People will just show up and be like, "Hey, I saw your car in the driveway. You a fan of cars? We go driving every week. Tell your husband." Like, I mean, like the nicest.
I'd be like, no, bang. Don't like cars, don't like cookies, don't like people, don't like food, don't like water, don't like noise.
But I'll tell you.
Anything else? Oh, you got kids? Hate them. I just hate, like, and that's the thing. You asked me to put together a list of like things that I hate and
let's
stuff
go.
for today. It's like
So many things.
people who talk to you and act like it's normal.
Right. Okay. So yes, we deal with that in Texas. It's called chit chat. I know, and you have to do it because it's cultural. And if you don't chit chat, they think you're like a monster. But can I tell you something? I'm guilty of that, and I've done it. I'll talk to people with dogs. Like today, I met 2 different dogs, and I was like, "Who are you? And what's your story? How old is she?" And I will talk to you. Like
But that's because you're just so happy to not see a person. That's why you want to talk to the dog, right? Because you're like, oh, look, not a human. Like I could like be happy in myself and like friendly. Or when it's just like a bunch of people around and someone's like, hey, I was in the supermarket the other day and someone's like, and it's Whole Foods, so it's like more expensive. And some guy literally like shoulders up next to me. He's like, you know, there's some stuff here that's not overpriced. And I was like, get away from me. What is it? Like, this is not okay. First of all, it's fucking Corona, which who cares?
Yeah.
But it's a reason to like not do that. Like,
Yeah,
you're
don't get
trying
close.
to chit chat.
Don't get close.
Like, do you think I'm hanging out here? Like, do
Yeah.
I look like? It's wild.
Well, okay, well, hold on, though, because people might recognize you.
I had a
from-
mask on.
Oh, he didn't recognize you.
No, this
'Cause,
guy
like,
was in his own.
He was just like, let's make small. Like, did he want to be friends with you? Was he trying to fuck you?
You know what I said back to him? Nothing. Literally not a word.
You're so antisocial.
Nothing. I said nothing.
That is so rude. You totally.
First of all, I
iced
have a
him
mask
out?
on, you know, so I'm like, I'm invisible.
You iced him out.
You know, he's like, oh, some things aren't overpriced. And in my head, I'm like, if I say nothing, he can't. I'm not going to encourage. It's like when you feed pigeons, they keep coming back. You can't encourage him. Then he's following you around. Like,
See, here's the difference. Okay. Because here's the difference between male and female, right? I'm sorry, I don't mean to gender myself, but like,
is there a difference?
is that? Well, like, okay, here's the thing: is that because in public I'll usually wear the sunglasses, which is like, nope, nothing to fucking talk to here. And if a guy talks to you and you don't answer, sometimes they'll get mad at you and be like, well,
Those are called cool guys.
yeah. Stupid bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they get like saucy because you're not.
I had a girl
That is so horrible.
who told me that guys would stop her from running on the treadmill to talk to her.
Nah.
Yeah. Like they would be like, hey, like she'd be like sprinting with headphones or like whatever. And they would be like on the thing next to her, like, hey. And they'd be like, hey, like what
Fuck
do you,
you.
because it was like her gym building. She'd go, oh, dude, how long have you lived here? Like
I'm
where?
right.
She's like sweating red. Like
She's super hot. Was she a model?
she was hot.
Yeah. See, that's what I wanted to ask you about today too. We'll get back to our list in a moment.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
I've got a comprehensive list of things that I hate, which I think you relate to.
Yeah.
I got to write down another one. Okay. So I was at the Puel. I'm sorry, it's pronounced Puel. The Puel today. And next to me was arguably like a fucking perfect woman. Like, you know, when like I mean, you know what I'm talking about. You've probably dated these models.
So she didn't talk?
She didn't talk at all. Yeah.
That was for Tom.
No IQ. Shut up, bitch. No, but she was like...
She didn't say a fucking word.
And all she did was suck my dick. She was like so beautiful. I mean, like I was looking at her, and I like if she's gonna catch. I was like, okay, if she catches me staring, I'll be like, I'm sorry, my mom. I have 2 kids. Like you're perfect. And I wanted to ask her, like, what does that feel like to look perfect? Like, do you think?
Just ask Bert.
I know, right? Like, do you think she knows she's perfect, or do you think she appreciates that she's perfect?
No. I think 90-something% of women like that think they just see like the one thing wrong, and that's why they get like lip fillers, or they'll be like, oh, I have this freckle on my shoulder. That I'm like, you're so stupid.
Yeah.
Like no one.
Stupid bitch.
Yeah. Like
Did you say that to her? You fucking dumb cunt.
Yeah. It's like you could
perfect.
have your dead twin on your shoulder.
Yeah.
And it'd be all right. Like, you know, we'd be like, oh, that's kind of weird, but whatever. She's so hot.
But you don't think there's a woman out, I mean, there has to be a woman out there who's like, I'm fucking perfect. I'm happy with all of it. All of this works.
Yeah, probably. And you know what's sad? She looks like Snooki. You know what I mean? Like that girl who's like, I'm perfect. This is all great. Is like 230 pounds. Yeah, like bacon on everything. Like, yeah, why wouldn't I fucking, you know, like there's just, which is great, by the way. Way to go. Good for you.
Is it good?
Way to go. Hey, if that's
know.
that's one of those things where like your parents were like, you're perfect.
I know.
And
You're
you just have that
princess.
in your head, and fucking good for you.
That's the princess shit, though. Like, you're just your daddy's princess. You're perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good for anybody, but yeah, it's interesting.
My family was like, we'd shit on each other until somebody from the outside tried to shit, and then it was like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, that's
It was
real
like, fuck you, we're fucking perfect. You know? I was like, what? Like, you just said we suck. It's like, shut up. You know? It's the same thing with like, you know, I've heard some white people who get upset when like, you know, their daughter's dating a black guy, or like their cousin's dating a black guy, this. And then it's like, you hated every guy she's dated. Like,
That's true.
The last guy she dated was the biggest piece of shit in the world.
Yeah.
Like, and he was a white guy. I don't understand what the...
Who in your family's racist, Rob?
Oh, man.
I've
heard. This is stuff I've heard. I read blogs.
I would say in my family, if my family was very openly racist, and I dated a Chinese guy for 4 years, and I would bring him home, and they would make the jokes like, sorry, we ran out of rice. And he was gracious about it. He was like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can talk about the people in my family who are racist who are dead now.
Dead? Yeah, sure. Let's talk about those dead fucks.
One time my grandpa, so we're walking into my building, and there's a new door guy. And it wasn't like a doorman where, like, you know, they wear the fucking outfit like, hello, sir. It was like somebody behind a desk because there were like 1 million people lived in the building.
Yeah,
and
New
it was
York
like packages.
is so fancy that way. You guys have doormen and stuff.
Yeah, but this wasn't like, my building was not fancy, you know?
No.
It was just, this shit was ghetto. But the guy's behind the desk, and I'm walking in with my grandfather. And my grandfather's like, oh, did you meet the new, like, door guy, whatever? I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, this is Charles, whatever. I'm like, hey, what's up? And he's like, yeah, he's one of the good ones.
Meaning good.
And I was like,
his race?
what? And he was like, he knows what I'm talking about. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I go, you know, some of them could be a little, and I'm like, all right, thank you. Like, we gotta go. And then what really hit me is like, my grandfather stops and talks to this guy.
Yeah.
He all the time when he's leaving the building, and he must just say
outrageous
the shit that my grandfather would say about women.
Yeah,
in front of them. And he'd be like, you know how we are, where like we'll text each other and be like, I don't know why this is offensive.
Yeah.
Like he would say it and everyone would be like, you don't know why what you're doing is like offensive, and it's just, you know.
So where your grandfather? Like I'm because I used to be offended, like my dad and my mom would say crazy shit and I'd be like, you guys fucking so offensive. And now I'm that person to my kid. I'm sure it's happening. Yeah. So my mother, when she passed away, I had to go clean out her stuff, and she lived in this apartment complex, right, like condo, whatever. And the security guard is a black lady, and I was like, "Hey, I'm Edith's daughter," and I could see the look on her face, and I was like, "I know you've never met me. I haven't seen her in 8 years."
She's, no, I understand.
Yeah, that's what she said. She did. So she basically was like, no, I get it. Like your mom was special. And I was like, yeah, that's one way to put it. And then she tags it with, your mom was something else, but she never called me the N-word. And I was like, which implies that she had been calling other people the N-word in this building for like years.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, that's my mom, bro. It seems like there are so many skincare products out there. How do you know what really works, especially for acne? Well, Apostrophe does. Apostrophe is a prescription skincare company that offers science-backed oral and topical medications that are clinically proven to help clear acne. Apostrophe connects you with a board-certified dermatologist who will create a personalized treatment plan that is perfectly tailored to your unique skin. All you do is fill out Apostrophe's online quiz about your skin goals and medical history, then snap a few selfies and your dermatologist will create your customized treatment plan. And you can also, it's not just for acne, but for wrinkles, reducing redness, and even dark spots, which is what I have. We have a special deal for the audience. Save $15 off your first visit with a board-certified dermatologist at apostrophe.com/WMMA when you use our promo code WMMA. This code is only available to our listeners. To get started, go to apostrophe.com/WMMA and click begin visit. Then use our code WMMA at sign up and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit. That's apostrophe.com/WMMA. Use that code WMMA to get your dermatology visit and save $15. And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring the podcast. Babbel. This summer, get the most out of your travels by learning the language of your destination that you're traveling to with Babbel, the #1 selling language learning app. I love Babbel. I use it on my phone when I'm traveling or when I have a few extra minutes. It really just takes 15 minutes a day, and I've been learning Spanish because my husband speaks Espanol, and now I am too, and it's so much fun. 15 minutes a day, perfect way to learn a new language on the go. Unlike the infamous language classes you took in high school, Babbel designs their courses with practical, real-world conversations in mind. And it's so true. It's very intuitive, and you can learn 14 different languages. You got your, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months for the price of 3. Just go to Babbel.com and use promo code WMMA. That's BABBEL.com, code WMMA for an extra 3 months free. So, good times. Let's do some follow-ups.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. She said, come on, they're not up there. You know that. They're down there. One of mine is. Okay. Yeah. Well, we got some voicemails. Let's do some V-mails.
Hey, Christine, it's Eddie. I'm over here in my car driving, tooth taking my life away. And I never heard you talk about, the little stuff you get off your teeth. What do you do with it? I myself, if I get a nice chunk of meat, I lick it and eat it again. Let me know what you think.
Guilty.
What?
Yeah.
I'm going to barf.
It depends where I am. Like, if I'm in front of the sink, I'll spit it out. But if I'm in bed and
You're going to eat it again?
Yeah, well, it's if I haven't flossed in like 2 weeks, but I'm saying if it's that day's food, yeah.
I'm fucking throwing up. I can't.
Yeah.
Okay, Rob.
As long as it's in my fasting window.
You douchebag. I love it. So LA. So fasting. Intermittent fasting. What do I do with them? I'm not so by the time I get to my flosser, the food is not there. I floss first with a primary. And in that case, it just, it goes on the floss and then it goes in the trash. Now, when I do my nighttime, that's on a stick.
Yeah. The
food is gone. The food is gone. I'm doing it to get in between the crowns. It's really to stimulate that gum circulation so that you don't end up with bleeding gums at your next dental cleaning. I'm just telling the truth.
All right. So she eats it.
Ew. Okay,
on.
next voicemail. I'm going to barf. Next. Ugh.
Hey, Gene. My name is Jim. I'm from Texas. I was listening to episode 96 with Chase O'Donnell, and she was talking about how she sleeps with her one-a-day contact lenses in. I am a firefighter, and I would routinely wear the one-a-day contact lenses since we work 24-hour shifts. And one day, while I was inside of a house fire, my contact lenses dissolved into my eye. I had to go see a doctor friend of mine to squirt the pieces out from the back side of my eye. And they ended up finding more than just the contact lenses that I was wearing that day. So I did the sensible thing and got my eyes lasered so I never have to think about it ever again.
Wait, what is
Maybe Chase should consider that. All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
No, well, I'll let her know.
I'd rather be blind than have them squirting stuff and like pieces of contact are coming out. Get the fuck out of here.
What does he mean by other stuff that they found?
Those car keys.
I know. Like, what did you find in your eyes?
I'm hoping he just means like more contact or like what, like lint?
I don't know. I don't wear contact lenses, but I'm afraid to touch my eyeball and to have anything in your eye is like the worst.
Yeah, I wouldn't do contacts just because I wouldn't put something in my eye. It's not even putting it in my eye, honestly, it's grabbing it out. That's wild.
That part's the worst for people. And you see people do it so casually, like, I'm like,
the worst is when you're watching like a football game and like the quarterback's fucking contact comes out and he's on the sideline, like somebody else is frantically putting it in and you're like, oh my God. Like, I'd rather see someone break their leg.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you see that in a football game and it's like, oh, that sucks. But like, I see somebody putting somebody's contact out, I'm like, I gotta change the channel.
Man, speaking of leg break, I can't stop thinking about Conor McGregor's injury. Yeah. Especially now that my ankle was broken, I notice other people's broken ankles, and I see the video in my head over and over of him stepping back, and it's like, I'm like, oh fuck! All right, give me another voicemail, mommy.
Hi, mommies. My name is Tom. I'll be coming up in May. I'll be 54 June 18th.
That's my birthday.
I want to weigh in on the scrum eating thing. I ate a girl's scrum back in 1986, and I got to say, it wasn't tasting great. So I recommend, Miss Christina, that you put some kind of flavor in there. And if you want to be sneaky, find something that's sticky. Because if you don't want to eat a lot of scrum, if afterwards he's got a sticky butthole.
Okay, I'm done.
No, let it go.
I don't want it either. I don't know. Chumbos, have a great day. And keep high and tight. Talk to you later. Bye.
These are the grossest voicemails this show has ever received. Did you purposely?
No, he's totally right. I think he's totally, like, and listen, he remembered the date he ate
1986,
scrum.
he said.
And you only remember that 2 reasons. One, it was so fucking awesome, or you tasted a little poo.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He tasted a little poo.
Have you tasted a little poo?
No. But I think, you know what I think you should do to like get over your fear? Unless, have you done it yet?
No. Can I tell you something?
I almost had you one.
I know. Right before my accident, you had me right there. My tongue
That was God's way of...
God's way of intervening.
Yeah.
You're like, no, bitch, don't do it.
Yep. You were about to eat the scrum and it was like... It was fucking broken leg.
We both of us are so bruised up. Tom had surgery recently too. So now we're both on like... We might F tonight. We've been planning on it. We'll see.
I bet that's going to be sexy.
I don't even know how we're going to F. He's got his left side, his left arm is jacked. My left ankle is jacked. Like,
Jesus Christ.
How is he? We'll figure that out.
Just jerk him off.
I know. But then I want to get some, I'm ready for love.
Let him jerk you out. Like,
with his good hand? He's primarily left-handed. Anyway, it's a lot to go over. What am I talking about?
Listen,
scrum. Okay.
I think what you should do is, right, I think you have a porn star come in here and you line up 3 butts and you blindfold her and you let her eat the scrum and describe to you everything she's tasting. Because she's not going to say poop. Like, we don't know what poop tastes like. So how could you say it tastes like poop?
Here's the deal, man. I like where you're thinking. The problem, shut up. The problem is that those girls lie. They're professional actors.
Pay her to tell the truth.
Sex actors. So they're like, that feels good. That tastes great. I love cum. Nobody loves cum.
Okay, get an ex-porn star.
Oh, she might be too bitter.
But listen, that's the thing.
We need a regular woman.
I think there are girls who really do love cum. Not because they love cum, but it's because of like the whole like, okay, on the last Pajama Pants, Jamie said she loves Sbarro's pizza.
Yeah.
By the way, cum probably tastes better. I've never tried it. I've never tried cum.
Sbarro's, fine.
But she grew up in New
fine.
York. You didn't grow up in New York. You
Yeah.
grew up in LA. It's
Sacrilege.
California. It's a little whatever. But if you grow up in New York City and you like Sbarro, but that's the thing. It reminds her of something. It makes her feel good. And that's what the cum does. It makes you feel good. Hey, look what I made for you.
See, I understand what you're saying. I think there's more of an emotional attachment to where it came from versus flavs. So for instance, if I were to make a drink that was like cum soda,
Yeah.
I don't think it would fly off the shelves. I'm just saying. Unless it was like Rob Eiler's cum soda. Are you a Sopranos fan? The new Sopranos movie's coming out.
Yeah. We have regular and spicy. The Italian flavor.
Bada bing.
Yeah. Bada zing.
Hey. That'd be amazing. Gabagool.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Listen, I'm so dialed into pajama pants. I'm so into you guys.
I love it.
It's really like it's really kind of, you guys are my friends. Like I feel probably about PJ Pants the way people do about Studio Jeans and all these shows, where I'm like, but you guys are my friends in real life too.
Right.
So I have that layer of being able to text you and being like, "Dude, that's so funny. That's so funny. Would you fuck?" I'm sure I'm so annoying. I bet when you're like, "God, what is she talking about?"
Oh no way! Like even when we
10
did this,
years ago.
you text me 2 days ago or whenever it was, and you're like, "Hey, do you think that you could do?" I was like, "I would cancel anything else I was doing to come here and do this."
Buddy.
It's the best. So
Buddy.
fun.
I love our world. Podcasting.
Yeah, but back to cum.
Go ahead. Now, Yami Lee also likes French fries. She was talking about she would open a French fry store with different dipping flavors.
Yeah, Yami Lee's big French, but Sbarro, I don't know.
But back to cum. I like Sbarro. It's okay. It's okay.
No, it's not.
It's okay.
It's not. First of all, it's like the most expensive pizza in New York, and it's the worst. Yeah, it's like $7 a slice in fucking Times Square.
And I don't like the thickness of the
Morons.
crust. It's too thick. I've found I like a thin crust personally.
What I wanted to do was do a documentary of the people waiting in line to buy Sbarro's pizza in New York. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I want to know your whole fucking thing, because where did it all go wrong?
You're out of your mind? Like, you're in the pizza capital. You're in Mecca. Arguably, besides Italy, Judor Titties is where it happens.
And the only excuse is like, oh, well, it's $1. It's like, no, it's not.
It's not.
You could get good pizza for fucking $2.50. This is fucking $7. What are you doing?
Okay, name recognition. Brody Stevens used to go, consistency. I know what I'm getting. Right?
Yeah, you know you're getting garbage every time.
Well, I can't stand chipotle.
Oh yeah, I had it once. I shit my brains out. Never again.
Yeah, it makes me feel sick.
Yeah.
And like, if we have great Mexican food here. Why would you go to Chipotle? There's nothing but, dude, there's some fucking woman on the street corner in the valley is selling you better tacos.
But here's the difference. I don't think Chipotle is disgusting. Like, tastes disgusting.
I think it's disgusting. I'm gonna go on record right now.
It's a burrito, chicken, all that, like.
Stop yourself.
Really?
It is not just a burrito. It's a fake ass tortilla. It's not a real, like the kind abuelita makes. It's not a good one.
Oh yeah,
It's garbage. Guys in the booth, you're Angelinos. Tell me the truth. Would you rather eat diarrhea or eat at Chipotle? It's disgusting.
Would I rather eat diarrhea or Chipotle?
Yeah.
I'm sensing a tone from you, Nadav.
Well, you know what? Call me crazy. I would rather eat Chipotle than diarrhea.
Okay, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Diarrhea, hands down. And that's me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
well,
Annie.
good thing is one could eat the Chipotle and then you could eat his diarrhea from the Chipotle.
Shit sucks, bro. I'm not about it. And I know people listening are upset with me, but that's only because they eat fucking jarred salsa and shit. Like, you don't know what's up, bro.
No, Chipotle is literally owned by McDonald's, bro.
Oh, see?
It's like, come on, man.
That's why. It sucks.
So
But McDonald's is good.
I have. Oh, okay.
Let's do our list,
Yeah, I got
homie.
my list of things that I hate, but I also had a Pajitsky effect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, but for the record, guys, Rob Eiler is the one who coined that phrase. So props to you, homie.
Yeah. Oh, also, Pajama Pants has TikTok. We just started TikTok. Probably 90% because of you. But yeah, we have a TikTok now. Pajama Pants Podcast. Check that out.
Okay, so check out their TikTok.
For the first note I have on
Go
my
ahead.
things to talk about here is who's shaving in the bathroom?
Yeah, that's Tom.
All right.
That's Tom
If
Segura.
it was anybody else, it'd be a problem. Tom can do whatever he
Well,
wants.
I don't even like that people shit here. I'm sorry, Nadav. I'm speaking my truth. You have to speak your truth in this era.
Well, I think it's different because they're here sometimes for like 8-10 hours.
I know.
Then you got to give it. It's okay.
Can I tell you what I want for them? I want a tushy, but then Nadav doesn't want to share the tushy with other people, and I respect that too.
Yeah.
I get it. It's gross.
Well, we'll tell him only he's using it.
Okay, so go ahead.
The Pazitsky effect.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the worst things in my life is every morning I wake up freezing cold and I fucking hate it.
I hate it too.
I hate it, right? I'm
I
like,
hate
this
being
is
cold.
No, but see, at night I need to be cold or I can't sleep.
Oh.
Yeah. So I every night I'd be like, man, what's the sacrifice here? Do I sleep with the air conditioner on and wake up cold, or try and go to sleep hot? And then the other night I'm laying in bed and I go, I'm a smart person because I just had the thought, there's probably a timer on there. Yeah.
But who can figure that out? You know how hard those things are to figure out.
Took me a minute. Now, not only do I never have to turn on and off the air conditioner. Because you just always leave it on, and when it's not scheduled to be on, it's off.
Oh man, I don't know about this, Rob.
It kicks in every night, 9 o'clock at night. I set it to 68 degrees. It goes 68 degrees.
That's so cold.
And then at 7 a.m., it just turns off. So by the time I wake up, it's normal. It's room temp.
Now hold on. First of all,
blew my mind.
68 is freezing. It could snow. I like it like a terrarium. I like it 75.
Oh, sleeping at 75, I could never. Oh.
So I haven't. There's the AC whatever unit in our bedroom in Texas, and it just shines so brightly all night.
Is it the Nest?
I don't know what it is.
Is it blue?
It's like it's grayish blue light, and I'm like, rather than just get up and figure out how to turn it up, turn it down, I just suffer, and I've been just letting that glow like keep me up. And so you're saying I could probably figure out, if I wanted to, I could put my mind to it and figure it out.
Yeah. I believe in you.
No, that's not it.
I
That's
think
too
you could
fancy.
do it.
No, it's too fancy.
I mean, when I figured this out, I was like, wow. And you know what really, it almost, the part of me was like, I wish I didn't figure this out, because I have like an old school thing. And I'm like, I could have done this 10 years ago.
Yeah, your whole life could have been different.
Let's see. All right, things I hate.
Yeah.
Let's. All right. So should we go back and forth one for
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
Okay. People who poke you while they talk to you.
I do it all the time.
Hey, and you know what? I think it comes from like, I'm sorry, Tom, but I think it comes from like, whoever you talk to most just doesn't listen to you, doesn't pay attention.
Yeah, I think you're
you got to
right.
be like, hey,
yeah.
and I'm like, I'm looking right at you.
Yeah.
Why are you poking me in the arm?
Yeah.
And then we had a friend back in the day who did this, and he was a friend for like 2 years. And like one day I'm like, yeah, well, it's like how he fucking pokes you in the arm when he talks to you. And everybody's like, what are you talking about? Like 1 week later, they're like, we can't show this dude anymore. Because they're like, we notice it so much that he just pokes you. And like, he would do it.
Wait, but does he get excited? Because I do it when I'm excited. I'll be like, motherfucker, dude, bro. I'll do it like occasionally if I'm excited.
He would do it for like the punchline of his stories, and he wasn't a good storyteller. So he'd be like, yo, I told him that he was and he'd be hitting you in the arm, and I'd be like, your story sucks. You're hitting me in the arm. It was like, I kind of pushed him out of the group.
Yeah. I don't blame you. Okay. Well, I hate slow talkers.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can't even. I can't even imagine like having a slow talker in my life for any reason, unless they're like, fixing the air conditioner.
Well, I had a handyman once come, and he was a slow talker, and he would like walk me through all the repairs. And I was like, bro, I don't want to know how to fix it. This is why I pay you to come. You do the work, and then I get on with my life. Well, you see here, it's got the thing, and the plunger's not working. And
Did that guy move to Vegas by any chance? Because I think I had the same. Let me tell you this. I call up the guy, and what it was like so it's a condo, and you rent the condo from someone, and they have someone who like takes care of everything.
Okay.
So I call that guy. I go, hey, the air conditioner is not only like not working, it's blank. Like.
Oh,
it's
you're
totally
fucked.
Fucked. And I'm like, and it's fucking Vegas, dude.
Yeah,
it's 110 degrees.
get
Like,
here
get
now.
here. Yeah. Half hour later, guy shows up. So slow talker. But not only that, in his back pocket, he has a water bottle. And I'm like, whatever. Like he comes to look at the thing. As he's like squinting at it, he pulls the water bottle out of his pocket and starts spitting into it. It's one of these fucking.
Dip.
Yeah, he's dipping, and he's like staring at. Finally, he goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Yeah, it's broken." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "All right, I'll call someone to fix it." I go, what are you here for?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I just wanted to make sure, like, see what was wrong. I was like, I told you what was like. Now he's like, oh, this guy's not gonna, like. I was so fucking angry. Like, finally, like the third time that something happened in the apartment, I told the guy, I'm like, don't send that guy because it's gonna be a problem. I couldn't deal with him again.
That's when you know you're a piece of shit. When you request not to have that guy.
Yeah.
Like when you're that guy that's like,
Yeah.
don't, if this guy fucking gets me, picks me up or whatever, I'm going to fucking lose my mind.
Yeah, because I didn't want to end up smacking a bottle of spit across my apartment out of anger.
Yo, that shit is so nasty. I know what you're talking about.
Oh.
If they do that and it's like a brown.
If I did that, it would be so shameful. Like, I'd be like, you know, where they're like, they're like mid talking to you, like it's no big deal, and they're like, yeah, well, that guy, and like drool, it's like sliding down the seat.
caca. Yeah.
Hey, how about not using a see-through bottle?
I know.
Maybe leave some mystery to what's in the fucking bottle in your pocket, and it's not brown spit.
It's so repulsive. Now, the best thing that ever happened to me, I was in Djibouti with 2 comedians, and Chris was his name. What was his last name? Fuck. Anyway, Chris, shout out to you, Chris. You know what I'm talking about. This shit made me laugh. I've been laughing for fucking 15 years. I was in Djibouti. It's all hot as fuck. We're all outside, and we're just delirious. We're tired, and someone's been dipping, right? Like one of the soldiers doing that thing. Yeah. Well, the best part, so Chris, I forget, he takes a bite of something nasty, and then he reaches for the fucking spittle bottle and takes a big swig, and immediately is like, and just spits it out. Man, like you know when you catch somebody doing some shit and you're the only one that caught it and you're like, oh, I'm so fucking blessed. # blessed that I caught that. I got to see that. And I think about it all the time. He was so revolted. Yeah.
We were on shrooms one time and my friend threw up, she threw up a lit match. Like it wasn't on fire, but it was clearly like it had been lit.
What?
And she realized, she was like, oh, I must have like taken a sip from a drink that somebody put the match in, and then I threw it up. Okay.
She's lucky she didn't choke.
Here's something.
Oh, I've got one. It makes me crazy.
I fucking hate so much when somebody's like, hey, they see you, right? Hey, you look great. Like, oh, you're like, oh, thanks. And like, you feel good. And then 5 minutes later, they say the same thing to someone who looks like shit.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Unforgivable.
And you're like, what now? Your whole thing, like, what are you, a fucking liar? Like, just don't say it.
Don't say it.
That's why I think compliments, when you get a compliment from somebody from New York, it's like very like...
They mean it.
Yeah, it's and then people are like, oh, you should be nicer on this. It's like, but that'd be fake.
Yeah.
Like, why would I be fake? So, and it's like, yeah, you see somebody who just looks like fucking, like with a bottle of spit in their back pocket. It's like, you look fantastic. You're like, oh, you lying sack of shit.
Yeah. That's why I love East Coasters for that. You guys are so salty, and I love that. You guys make me laugh. So fucking angry all the time.
Yeah,
Coast.
but we're getting shit done too.
Getting shit done. That's what's up.
Things will be
shit done?
Going to the hotel lobby. Someone's there.
24/7 room service. Like, yeah.
Oh,
bro,
yeah.
It's there. Yeah. Oh, I know. Okay, this one makes me crazy. When I'm I'm on an airplane. Oh my fuck! I almost punched a guy out, and the fucking asshole next to you on the airplane has shaky leg syndrome.
I have it. Sorry. Hey, you poke, I shake.
Fucking hate you. Shaky legs?
I have shaky legs.
What's with the shaky legs?
For me,
what
I think it's the addict. Like, that's like, hey, I want a cigarette. I want fucking drugs. I want coke. I want, you know? And it's just all channeled into my foot.
So, like, you're just, you don't want to sit still. The plane needs to go.
No, you don't know you're doing it.
Oh.
Like, yeah, I've had girls who are like, oh my God, you're shaking. And I'm like, oh. I've also heard the other side of it where what it comes from is when you're young, if whoever held you the most, like, rocked you.
Oh, wow.
It's like you pacify yourself with that.
Oh, that's interesting.
That shake, yeah. Because I notice I do it a lot when I'm falling asleep.
What?
Yeah, which ladies love.
It's summer again, and that means hot, sunny days and even hotter nights. But not me. Not on my Brooklyn sheets. They're so fresh. I mean, it's like laying in nice, cool butter. They're crisp sheets that breathe to keep you cool, and you say goodbye to your summer sweaty nights. I've been a fan of Brooklyn for years. I got them as a gift for our blue band here. He sleeps on them. They have great comfy loungewear, even plush and absorbent towels, cozy robes, everything to make your life so much better. So give yourself the comfort refresh you deserve and get it for less at Brooklinen. Go to brooklinen.com and use promo code WMMA to get $20 off with a minimum purchase of $100. That's BROOKLINEN.com and enter promo code WMMA for $20 off with a minimum purchase of $100. That's brooklinen.com, promo code WMMA. OMG, my favorite new manicure system is Olive and June. I was using it when I was housebound because I couldn't go out for my manicures, and I just love it. Everything is so easy. The Olive and June Mani system comes with all the tools you need in one box, and it comes with the Poppy, which I love. It's a patented brush handle that makes it so easy to paint with both of your hands, because God knows as girls, it's an entire lifetime learning how to do your nails with your opposite hand, but the Poppy makes it so much better. Their polishes are amazing. They last for 7 days. My friend, sister, mother, brother all asked me if my polish was gel. It's so shiny and it never chipped. It lasted an entire week. I could not believe it. So everyone's got to check it out. Do it. It's your little self-care mom regimen. Try it out. Olive and June's Mani system. You're laying in bed and then you shaky leg to fall asleep.
Yeah, no, I don't know that I'm doing it. I just like, girls will be like, why are you shaking? And I'm like, I'm not. And they're like, yeah. And I look at my foot's like, you know,
you're wagging
like,
it.
One of those girls on the floats, like Miss America, just fucking waving back and forth. Yeah.
So you like wag your ankle, like your ankle wagging.
Yeah. It's just like, that's probably what happened when I was a kid. My grandmother like rocked me to sleep.
Anxious.
And now I'm like, oh, I'm going to sleep. So I just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I see it as a sign of personal weakness.
Yeah.
I do. I'm like,
probably is.
I'm like, fucking hold it together. Like, just relax, kid.
Yeah.
We'll be in the sky. You'll get your treats. Like, just, it makes, you know what I mean? Like, I take it personally.
Yeah.
Like, you need to fucking chill, bro. But it's because I have problems chilling. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
well,
it's all about you.
That's one of the 4 agreements. Take everything personally.
That's right. Take it personally.
Take everything personally.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah.
someone trying to talk to me outside of a supermarket about their cause.
Oh, fuck
Like,
off.
oh, do you know there's elephants? And like, get the fuck.
Oh,
I got steaks in the bag. Like, what are you talking?
It's hot out. Yeah.
Yeah. There's elephants in the thing, but also like, I'm eating a cow.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to tell me about elephants are in trouble?
That's true. And I wonder how it is that they're allowed to solicit you. And it's like, it's the inopportune moment. Like, usually you're with your kids, your hands are full. Now is not the time, asshole.
Yeah, and you're like walking out thinking like, oh, what's the first thing I'm gonna eat when I get home?
Yeah.
You know? You're like, what am I gonna toss on the counter and fucking, and then it just, you know.
Which is an excellent segue. Nadav, I sent you a video.
Yeah, I thought that too when I said counter.
So go ahead and set this up.
Well,
because
last time we were on this podcast, I talked about how I stare at a wall basically for an hour while I eat every day. And you didn't believe it. And I was like, yeah, I eat 1 meal a day. And while I do it, I stand facing the wall. And I eat. And you were like, get the fuck out of here. So, yes, I think you asked me to do this on Monday to do the pod. And then on Tuesday, I was like, you know what? I'm going to record myself in a time lapse eating my 1 meal. And and send it to Christina P.
This is amazing. So here it is. Rob Iler eating a 1 hour meal in a time lapse video. Look at you. So what are you doing? What is this?
I'm eating. I'm making my salad.
Your salad.
I'm eating. I'm drinking.
An hour.
Yeah. Here's chicken. And then I got a pot with just rice on it, which I didn't time good, so it's like cooking the whole time.
So hold on. You don't wait until the rice is done being cooked?
I can't. I haven't eaten in 24 hours. I'm starving. I'm going to kill someone.
So you open the chicken. You start with the ready-made chicken.
Yeah, chicken, salad, whatever else. I got like chicken meatballs there. I got 2 chicken kebabs. I got like a whole thing.
I'm unreal. And then the rice, you waited until it was done, and then you ate the whole pot of rice.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see that again. I'm so curious. And you stare at the wall.
Yeah. Sometimes I look at that wall.
You
See when I have to wash a dish. I'll switch walls.
God. Yeah, look at you.
By the way, one utensil the whole time, 1 fork.
Wow.
Who needs a knife?
And have you still been sticking to your bowl collection?
Yeah. The bowl.
Eating?
The bowl
There's
is
the bowl.
behind the pot. Everything is out of the bowl.
And that tin, I see it, the metal bowl, that's your bowl too, your eating bowl? On the dryer rack there?
Yeah, that's another bowl.
That's your other dog bowl that you eat.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, what kind of cup sitch are you into? Reusing jars or
mason jars?
Yeah.
I
remember that. That's right.
I have 2 mason jars all the time in the sink. I have like 2 bowls, 2 mason jars, a fork, and that's it, all in the sink. And then I have to wash it before I eat every time.
Good. That's fun too, right? Like
Super
knowing,
fun.
oh, I've only got 2 things. I have to wash these things.
Yeah. When the worst is when like I'm coming home and I'm starving and I'm like, oh man, I have to like wash the pot still has the rice stains in it from yesterday, and then I got to wash the fucking bowl and wash this. But
you live like a tortured existence, like a monk.
Live like a king.
Okay, are you ready for mine?
Yeah.
I've just realized that I have hated this my whole life, and there's very few exceptions. For the most part, with every fiber of my being, I hate like top 40 music. Like an irrational, I don't even understand what people hear, because to me it sounds all the same. It's just, I hate it. I hate it. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I hate it.
I think my thing is like, I understand that with 38 of them, but then those 2, I'm like, that's a fucking banger.
That's the problem.
Yeah, so then it keeps me, you know, there's like a fucking Drake song or like some Miley Cyrus shit, and I'm like, man, I hate that, I love that, but not Drake, I don't hate I love Drake, but like Miley Cyrus, there's times where I'm like,
well, I think she's genuinely talented. That one's,
oh, for sure, but like I still shouldn't like, you know what I mean?
I'm talking about the garbage that they play in like a Forever 21 or... Is that Drake and Miley? Because I feel like
it still like sits in those top 40 spots. Like you can't. How do you have like top 40 without Drake right now, right?
Fuck, because Tom educates me, and like he'll play stuff for me. I'm like, oh, that's decent. I don't hate that. I don't want to kill myself. And he's like, that's Drake, and I'm like, okay, all right, I get that. I can, yeah. And then the rest of it, I'm like, I want to kill myself. Like he doesn't understand. Like, I get so mad when he plays his music in the car. Like, I'm like, I can't.
How do you feel about people who've done fucked up shit, but they still have music? And it's like, when people are like, you're not supposed to listen to that.
Oh, I don't care. I can separate
this
the
shit's
artist.
a banger.
Yeah, Michael Jackson is one of the greatest of all time.
The greatest.
Yeah, Off the Wall, Thriller, 2 of the greatest albums ever made.
Even like now, like people are like, oh, Tekashi 6ix9ine is a rat. Tekashi 6ix9ine has some songs in the gym that are second to none.
See, they just showed me his picture.
Yeah, he's the fucking. I mean,
looks great.
Again, he's like a rat, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're this and you're that, and you're supposed to."
Why
like,
is he a rat? What
hate
did
him?
he do?
Well, because he actually ratted on people.
Oh,
he was gonna go to
shit.
jail, and he ratted on like. Shout out to Shoddy. He ratted on Shoddy.
Damn.
He ratted on his boys, and he was like, "Yeah, this is what they did." Like, told him everything.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, he can't go to jail, right? He's a rapper.
He was going to jail.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, and he got out.
He looks cool though. I do like his look.
Yeah, Daniel Hernandez.
69. Daniel Hernandez. Okay, what else you got?
Yeah, let me see what else I got.
These are the best.
Oh, here we go. This gets me fucking
I love
fired
when you
up.
get fired up. Angry Rob is my favorite.
People who slackline.
What's that?
Nadav, can you Google
What's
that? Like they like tie a rope from one tree to another tree in the park and they walk on it. Which, you know what I mean? Look.
Yeah,
this
it's so fucking terrible.
But here's the thing, right? It's not so much the slacklining I hate as it is like this becomes these people's identity.
Yes.
Like if you meet someone who slacklines within an hour, they're like, yeah, well, I slackline. Like they want to tell you. It's like, yeah, listen, sometimes I throw a ball up in the air and catch it. I'm not telling you about it. You fucking Like, why are you telling me about your slacklining?
I know.
It's
God.
so fucking, it makes you so angry.
That makes me mad too, especially because there's no stakes. It's like, okay, fuckwit, I see that you've got that shit tied to 2 trees, but it's like 2 feet off the ground. So you're going to fall, but like, not really. Like, there's no risk. Like, I respect a rock climber more.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen, you know what angered me so much was a documentary about a guy that was like free rock climb.
Free solo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to turn it off because.
Hand sweaty. I couldn't watch it. My hands just started pouring sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it made me so mad that he was so flippant about his life. Like, you don't even get it, asshole. Yeah, like, you need to do this so much. So for those of you who don't know,
guy makes me have to shake my foot. Like when I see something like that, I just gotta start shaking my foot.
Yeah, so this asshole needs to climb without any equipment And that's his whole life. And he can't have a girlfriend because she's like, you're going to die any minute. I can't have this.
He's like, you want to die? Shut up.
And this is his life, is climbing without equipment. Oh, this guy made me so mad. I felt so much rage. Like,
the best is like,
fuck.
He climbs the same spot over and over so that he could do it better and better. So he wants like set a record time.
Fuck
and
off.
That shit is crazy. But it is props to these people who do shit like that, because it's like, yo, but by the way, up until I was like 23, that's how I was. Like, I fucking do bungee jump or roller coaster, like nothing fucking scary. Now it's like, yo, what are you nuts? Like, the Uber driver's doing 50. I'm like, hey, you want to slow down a little bit? Like, I'm in no rush.
Yeah, I'm scared of everything now.
I'm just, for me, I'm not scared of it. It's almost like there has to be the reward. Like, driving somewhere fast to me is the dumbest thing, because it's like, what's the reward? You're going to sit somewhere else?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, where everyone who's driving fast is going nowhere. All of them. They have the same thing in common. You see a moron weaving in and out of traffic, he's going nowhere.
You know what I love? I do feel like you could be related to me. There's something very Eastern European about your demeanor. Yeah. You guys were Italian? No, you're not Italian.
No. So I'm like German and Irish, but I don't know how much, because, you know, my grandfather would tell us stuff, and then like 10 years later, he'd be like, I never said that, you know? And you're like, what? Like, his mom was like Czechoslovakian.
That's what it is.
Supposedly.
There
like,
it is.
Dude, she was so old. We called her Grandma Nanny, because she was the oldest. I forget if I told you about her last time, but you know in the cartoon when like they hit someone in the head with a frying pan and it's like, whoop, and that like thing pops over their head? Yeah. She had one of those on her head. And she would wear like a babushka to hide that thing on her head, and like only the people in the family would see it. And it literally looked exactly like, you see that in cartoons, and you're like, what is that stupid thing?
Go to the doctor. Did she ever go?
Like, who knows? Dude, she was like, she had this thing where me and my family still do it, where we go, no, that's all right. Like, that's okay. Because you would say anything to her. You'd be like, oh, like, Grandma, we brought home a pizza pie. She'd be like, that's okay. I know when you got it, you weren't thinking of me. Like, you have your food up. And do you know what kamut is?
No.
It's like this puffed grain or whatever. And she would go get a bowl of kamut, like cereal, but she would run it under the sink. Like the water under the sink. We'd be like, we have milk. Like, there's a gallon of milk in there. She'd be like, that's okay. No one thought about me when they bought the milk. I don't want to bother anyone. And she would sit there like she was eating gruel.
Yeah.
Like just spooning watered cereal. Yeah. And we're like, hey, the depression's over.
I'll show you. Yeah.
It's not the depression anymore. You could put milk in your cereal. Somebody running, like, I'm still scarred from as a kid watching my great-grandmother run cereal under the sink.
Yeah, of course.
So disgusting.
You can afford the milk now.
Oh, and then
you can afford the milk.
Drinking the cereal water after. Like, what are you? It's all just so disgusting.
So disgusting. But you know what, though? That's how you and I are so, like, you get observant about other people's stuff, and you're like, oh, that's fucking wrong. You're living wrong.
A lot of it comes from like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that. I want to put milk in my cereal.
Yeah, I want to be happy.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's just some quick fashion ones for me. Obviously, just as a blanket for men, I don't like seeing men in shorts or sandals, especially sandals with socks.
So you want guys to wear pants all year? Like, what about the beach?
It's disgusting. I mean, look, bathing suits are one thing. I just don't. I think shorts look corny. Like you short pants, like you cut your pants off.
I think it's like stupid. There are things like if you're going to a barbecue, it's okay. But like if you're in like a meeting in shorts, yeah, you're
a dick.
Yeah, what are you doing?
You're a dipshit.
I don't like that.
I don't like loud talkers. I don't like people having full conversations on their speakerphone. That makes me
it's terrible.
Insane.
Yeah, there was a woman doing it at the supermarket the other day, and she's online and she's like, yeah, could you believe his wife told him he can't be friends with me anymore? What a fucking bitch. I want to turn around and be like, that's an excuse from him because he doesn't want to be friends with you anymore. Because look at you.
Oh, you're horrible.
Look at you. You're in the middle of a line. Yeah, and everybody in there was like, this fucking lady is crazy. Ugh.
It's crazy talk.
Here's something I hate that you unfortunately, you're not on the dating apps. But
okay. I love hearing about them, though. They're so funny.
Girls who put hotter girls in their picture and then make me
listen to the booth. They all just like, they all heard that.
And then they make me think that the girl in the picture is the one that got away.
Meaning like, why can't I find that girl?
I'm like, she's so hot.
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah.
Where is she? Like, I can't match with you and be like, hey, what's up with your friend?
What's up with your friend? What's up with her?
Yeah. You know, so now in my head, I'm like, man, that's the one, you know? And you fucking fantasize, you romanticize that like that's your chick.
Now, that's a really good point. I mean, look, this whole world of dating profiles, I hear you guys talk about it on Pajama Pants, and I'm enthralled because I think Jamie Lee and I are similar in that we never did that stuff. So we're just like married moms now, and I love hearing it. It's a fine, so, you know, you have to look as though you're outgoing, intelligent. You want to be everything, right? Because you want to attract the best possible mate. So it's like, it's such a fine line.
So you don't think I should just put that video of me eating, staring at the wall?
I would love that. I'd be like,
this is what you're getting. Like, hope you eat alone too, staring at a wall.
But you can't. Like you say, like I think you should, but you can't. Like you would attract maniacs if you did that. Right?
How about this one? People who like when you're on vacation somewhere and you see that there's like a boat of people who are scuba diving and they're all into it and they're getting their shit out. In my head, I'm like, if that boat goes away and doesn't come back, I'm all right with it. That's what you're getting into. Like, it's like when people go on safari and shit and you're like, hey,
what are you doing? What are you doing?
I knew this girl who I was dating for a while, and a couple of years later, she got into a really bad motorcycle accident, and I went, yeah.
You did. You deserved it.
That's what. Hey. I'm not gonna go as far as saying you deserved it, but I'm not gonna cry. Like, what, you want me to run to the like? Now she has all these people running to the hospital and buying balloons and bears, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, we saw this coming. We knew.
Yeah, of course. By the way, I used to be a fucking drug addict. If I died, or I still am, I don't know how, whatever the fuck they say, but if I died from a drug overdose, it's like, yeah,
we knew that was going to happen with Rob. Yeah,
and that's what you're dancing with. It's like these people who get into motorcycle accidents, and then you're like, oh man, could you believe?
Believe it? Yeah, actually, we can.
Yeah, I can't believe you lasted that long. I can't believe there's not just people laying on the side of the highway all the time with motorcycles on top of them.
I know, but
It's
you're right
fucking
about
nuts.
scuba diving. It's funny because I don't have contempt for scuba divers, but when I do see them on vacation, like there are some people who will spend the entire week practicing, getting certified. They're in the pool every day.
I got my new watch. I know how many feet I'm under the thing. It's like, and by the way, like, imagine you're going somewhere where there's like sharks and these things that could fucking kill you or like attack you, and you could breathe.
Yeah.
It would be crazy. Yeah. Now you're like, hey, I'm going to go to this place where there's like sharks and all this shit where I can't even breathe.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Well, you know what really scares me? Because I enjoy the ocean. I'm a swimmer. I love swimming. I considered scuba diving for a minute, but they were like, so every, 10 feet, you got to blow out your ears.
You blow it out your ass.
Yeah. And I was like... And I'm like, wait a minute, why am I doing that? Well, because the pressure inside your ears can fucking crush you, or decompression when you come back up. You have to do it very slowly. Otherwise, like, what does it happen? Like your brain gets smushed. Or if you come up too quickly, you can die.
There's nothing I love this. If it was like, hey, when you're fucking eating this girl out, you're going to have to fucking decompress your ears every 5 minutes. You could die if you come up too fast. I'd be like, man, I don't know. Like,
right. That's what I mean.
But it's like, oh no, but you should see what's down there. It's like blue.
Still, yeah.
Yeah.
It's dark as fuck. You can't see anything because it's the bottom of the ocean. It's dark. I mean, there are no fish worth that for me learning to to not smush my brain on the way up. Or you can get the what is it? The bends.
Yeah.
And all that. And I was like, fuck that. And again, I love to snorkel. I love the ocean. I'm a ocean girl. But yeah, I've been to the Great Coral. That's where I was going to learn. And
wow,
actually,
see, that's dope. It's
gorgeous.
I grew up in fucking New York where people would go to Rockaway and be like scuba. They would come up with like a crushed Budweiser can, and it's like you're risking your life for a fucking crushed can of Bud.
I'm so dumb that when people from the East Coast are like, we have beaches, I'm like, no, you don't. Like, I don't even imagine that you guys have a coast.
I've heard in Maine. I went to Maine, but I heard there's like nice beaches in Maine, but like all the beaches in New York are fucking.
Where is that? Where Howard goes? With
the Hamptons?
The Hamptons.
Oh, the Hamptons are. I
like,
mean,
where's that?
The Hamptons are the shit because we used to go there to party. But like, as far as like the beaches, they suck. Yeah, it's all like it's like a little bit of sand and like the water is like black and it's just all gross. There's like every second your feet are under there, you're like, what is that? Like, I don't know what that. There's like those like giant horseshoe crabs. They're like always like on the beach upside down, just like wiggling their feet because they can't even like handle it in there. Like.
Everything's dying. It's in the water.
Like, you go, see, like this,
Yeah.
Fucking people
Oh
are
yeah,
crazy.
those things. Those are made into bottle openers. Yeah. I guess.
But look at the bottom left one. That's the size they are. Look at that guy's hand. Yeah, they're fucking massive.
I didn't know that.
And it's like, hey, come on, jump in. What? Like, that's crazy. If that was coming out of the sky, it would be,
Fucking
people would be on the
die.
news like, it's the end. Like, we're dying. But instead, whoa, I almost just killed myself.
Yeah, careful. Guys, can we get some safer chairs in the studio? I got to scuba dive. I got to see this up close. I got to get in tight with the horseshoe crabs. Like, this is crazy. No, I don't scuba dive either. Okay, what else? Oh, beer breath. I think that
made me laugh when you said that yesterday.
Yeah. Because like you remember, I don't go to clubs, but I just remember back in the club days where like some guy would come up to you and just whisper like, "Hey," and they're right in your fucking ear, and you're like, "Oh my god, there's nothing worse than drunk guy beer breath."
Because you know what the problem is too? It's like somebody with bad breath might know like, oh, I ate fucking garlic today, or like I did this thing, so let me not be. Where with beer breath, it's like, hey, like in your face, just fucking stinking. There's no like inhibition. You know?
Yeah, it's full throttle.
Yeah,
they go
full throttle
on in your fucking business.
Here's something I was thinking about on the way here, which is like, do people really want? Like, you know, at first Siri came out and it was just like some English bitch, right? Like, and it was like, oh, hello.
You fucking bitch.
Yeah. But then like it had to be like, oh, now there's this. And now there's this Siri and this with this accent and this. And it's
Never
like,
works.
do you really want, like, do people like lay in bed at night and go like, no, I want a Siri with my accent? Like, do Jamaican dudes, are they like, I don't want this fucking English speaking, like, does it make people feel better? I don't understand because mine is Australian. My Siri is
I
Australian.
want to change my Siri. How do I change it?
It's great.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. Yeah, it's in there somewhere.
But this bitch never understands me. Like I'll be like, "Hey Siri, what's the best restaurant in this neighborhood or whatever?" And she never fucking knows anything, dude. She sucks.
See, I don't ask questions like that. I ask like, how much is a Bitcoin?
Okay,
Yeah.
well, mine's retarded. She doesn't know any of that shit.
Yeah.
Fucking bitch. All right. Our favorite thing in the house is hands down the skylight frame. We keep it in the kitchen, and the kids just see pictures of themselves on a rotation, and it is the most fun you can ever have because you guess, you know, which baby was who and when, and it's so easy. Everybody can send you pictures. They send it to an email address, and it automatically gets sent to this frame. It really is just that easy, and I set it up, which tells you I'm not a techie person, and I did it so quickly, and it's so easy. You have to try it. Satisfaction, 100% guaranteed. If you don't love your skylight, they'll offer you a full refund. It's so simple. Again, non-tech savvy parents can set it up and use it. We love Skylight Frame so much. We're offering our listeners $10 off your purchase of a Skylight Frame when you go to skylightframe.com and enter code Christina. That's right. To get $10 off your purchase of a Skylight Frame, just go to skylightframe.com and enter code Christina. That's SKYLIGHTFRAME.com and code Christina. Let's do some Pajitsky effects. Do we have any? We have voicemails. Let's do those by voicemail. Those are my favorites. Thank you for bringing a list of stuff you hate, Rob. I have a feeling you'd be really good at that.
Yeah, all right. We're just scratching the surface.
Yeah. All the upsetness and stuff.
Hi, Mommy. I have a Pajitsky effect for you. So in my car, I have a cup of coins in one of the cup holders. Like from whenever we go to Starbucks or a drive-thru or a toll road, I have a cup of coins.
Mm-hmm.
But I've only been able to use one cup holder this whole time. When my boyfriend's in the car, we fight over the cup holder. Sometimes I have 2 drinks.
Yeah.
And I realized
I
don't have to keep a cup of coins in my cup holder. I can put those coins wherever so I can have 2 cup holders. Anyways, love you, Mommy.
Wait. Sorry, I blacked out because I have the same problem in our world, except my cup holder is full of trash. And then Tom will be like, "Oh, pull my fucking cup down," and then I'll have a drink. So what was her solution?
Well, I'm thinking she should just do what rich people do with change and throw it out the window.
Just throw it at homeless people?
Oh, it's $1.69, 31 cents. Bang. Just fucking. That's why you see fucking change all over the place.
Bang.
What? Yeah. What did she say? She ended up doing with
what
it.
What did she do, Nadal?
She said that just put them where there isn't a cup holder, because there's other places
Oh,
to put
yeah,
change.
yeah.
She's like, I don't have to put my change in a cup.
You can put it in the cigarette. Well, they don't have a cigarette ashtray anymore. Like, isn't there like a?
Yeah, I'm sure she has a 1978 Cadillac.
How great was that? Having a cigarette lighter in your car.
That, but also
That
the
was so
shit was
fun.
like the just like couch seats.
Yeah,
so dope.
The bench, yeah, I love
so
that.
So dope.
Dude, when I used to smoke, that was the coolest. Like, you had a lighter in your car. Like, that's how much people smoked. Like, I need it. And you push it in, and you wait, and I'd be driving, and I'm like, this is wild.
And you see it like fucking light up. Oh, that was the best. I remember that. That was great.
And then your ashtray would be full. Like, I would roll around with just a full, filthy, stinking ashtray in my Chevy Nova. Like,
see, even when I used the lighter thing, I would still ash out the window.
Oh, you're smart. Well, where'd you put your butts?
I flicked them. Hey, listen.
Oh my God!
It was 20 years ago when I was smoking. There's no such thing as littering.
Yeah, in California, no way, you can't. Well, I didn't want to start fires and shit.
I bet you people are still fucking flicking their cigarettes out.
Of course.
Yeah, there's 900 voicemails coming in right now. Like, hey, I just flicked one out myself.
I can't believe people still smoke cigarettes. That's wild.
You know what? Out of all these, so on the dating apps, you say like, do you smoke weed? Do you drink? And cigarettes? And I'm like, cigarettes? Who fucking did?
Ew.
I saw like the first person who was like, always, bro. Like some chick was like, can't take it out of my hands if you try. Like, I'm like, who the fuck? Like all of her pictures smoking. I'm like, what is this? Like,
my favorite thing you were saying on PJ Pants is like, when you're like, all these people want to travel. Jesus Christ, all the houses should be empty in Los Angeles because all these people are traveling.
I don't know how anyone's ever home. Like, it's just every girl on here is like, oh, Machu Picchu. Like, oh, I just want to tell, like, oh, I'm wanderlust. Like, I have this whole thing. I'm like, my couch. That's it. That's where you'll find me. Like, and they're all like, oh, I just want to. And then it's weird because I had like a full relationship from the last time I was here where like I dated a girl and then it ended. Now we're not anymore. But she was talking about like traveling, and I'm like, listen, I fucking hate to travel, but it's one of those things where like I understand why people want to do it, and I would compromise and travel with you or whatever. So then she's like, we're at dinner with one of her friends, and she's like, yeah, we made a compromise. Like, we're only gonna take 3 trips a year. And I was like,
that's a lot. Still.
What did you want? Like, what are people? What would the non-compromise? Would we ever be home? Like, what do you know? What compromise? We're going away every month. Like, why don't you just move? Like, clearly you don't like where you live. If you're dying to travel, like getting on plane with people fucking shaking their feet, and they're all just disgusting. I hate traveling. It's like I don't have my stuff. I'm on a different toilet. I don't know where the good food is.
It's the worst.
Yeah,
I'm over it too. I don't. I mean, especially because I travel for a living.
Yeah.
And I literally like we use a travel agent because it has to be so specific with Tom and my schedule, and like they know I have specific needs. Like, bro, I gotta have coffee. Like, don't let me get in the fucking room and there's no fucking coffee maker because I'm up late. I need that. I need room service. Can I get something to eat at 11 when I'm done working?
Yeah.
A gym. I gotta have like just to keep my life somewhat regulated because otherwise.
I also think you're stuck in like. You're thinking a little bit of like how you used to be broke and maybe go on vacations.
My God.
Because anywhere you're going, they're gonna have room service and a gym and coffee.
You think that? You would think that.
You go places that are like expensive and then they don't have coffee?
Yes, girl. Let me tell you, I went to a place in Des Moines, and it was nice. Like I was a nice. I go send me to the nice place in Des Moines. No fucking coffee maker in the room. Nothing to eat in the hotel. I'm like, are you like? How am I supposed to work here? I have to fucking work.
Cassim's calling.
What do you say?
Should we pick up?
I'll pick up.
Yo.
You want to pick up?
Yeah, you're on Where My Mom's At, just so you know right now.
Hello, Cassim. Hi, buddy. What's up? You gotta come on. You gotta come on. You're too busy. What's up?
I'm sorry. I'm working for the man. I gotta go to work.
Did you?
All of us can be on a hit TV show and comes for the rest of our lives.
She wants to hear all about your comic books.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't.
She said they're in this episode. She said it's really cool, and Most girls like it. All the girls she knows.
But Cassim, I want to hear how you categorize them, how you maintain them.
Dry her pussy is right now.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the day? He said there's a drop day.
I hear it crackling from pure dryness.
Well, Cassim, aren't you excited? Tell Christina P what today is.
Today's new comic book day. Every Wednesday, new comic books come out.
Best day of the week.
On the way to the comic book store.
I'll you're gonna pick me up. You want me to text you where I am?
No, I'm already. I thought you were at your house, so you're on your own now.
Oh.
I told you where I was gonna be.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, dude. I was busy. I blanked.
Unreal.
What a friend.
See, this is why you're never on a TV show and you can't coast for the rest of your life. I'll talk to you later.
You guys are so silly. I
Fucking
love it.
not from New York, doesn't know how to get shit done.
Yep. Doesn't get shit done. He's all laid back Cali style. That's why.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I was driving for an hour, didn't think of anything. Well, try thinking. Fucking unreal.
Do you and Cassim ever fight? What do you argue about?
We've gotten into like two like kind of heated confrontational kind of things before, but it was nothing like, oh man, are we not going to be friends or this?
Yeah.
It was just like, we're spending a lot of time together during the pandemic. And one thing was like, political, and it was just really what it was me being dumb, where like, he's very like on the left and we know somebody who's on the right. And I'm like, hey, Cass, you think everyone on the right is an idiot? I'm like, so why don't you talk to this person? And you guys like, because in my head, I'm like, you guys could come to an agreement. And then like that caused a fight because it's like, no, you could talk forever. There's no agreement. It's like, you're on that side. But because I'm not on like social media and I don't know what's going on in the world, I didn't know that, So it was like
So
this
he
thing
got
of
annoyed with you.
Yeah, he got annoyed, but he thought that like I was trying to fucking like shit on him by being like, hey, you think everybody's dumb? Talk to this guy. And where I really wasn't. I was literally like, hey, we could figure this all out right here, which is so dumb now that like I think about it, obviously.
No,
but
I think you're thinking like a 90s liberal. That's how it used to be. The perception was, hey, we could just have a debate and talk about stuff. And now I'm going to throw up. I don't think people really do that.
Yeah.
I think it's discouraged.
Yeah.
Well, I like you guys together. You're adorable.
Yeah, he's the best. He's such a good friend. He's such
but that
a
comic
good
book
guy.
shit, that is a pussy dryer. I gotta tell you that. Any men listening to this, yo, if you're collecting toys, that's another one. There was a guy in college who I liked. I liked him. He was so cute. And I went to his house and I used the bathroom, and I peeked in the bedroom. A huge cardboard cutout of Chewbacca in front of the bed.
Oh yeah.
And then the figurines on the headboard, the figurines, and then I went to go pee, figurines on the toilet. I was like, I can't do this. This
It's
is a
crazy
child.
to me that like somebody who has that stuff even wants to bang you.
Yeah.
You know
are
what
you
I
into
mean?
Are you into women at all? Like, are you into?
I listen. Even if there was a guy who's like, you know what, I love this one comic book and I get it and whatever. Like Cassim's like, whatever comic book comes out on Wednesday, stick it in the bag. I'm like, that's fucking wild. Like you just love.
But he likes girls, though. I hear him talking.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta help him, Rob.
Listen, I eat fucking staring at the wall. I gotta work on myself. You know what I mean? I gotta fix my. I'm fucking batshit crazy too. But it's just there are some things like that where you gotta be like, and that's the other thing, right? It's like if you are into something like that, don't make it your identity.
Yeah.
Like we're with him, it's
that's
great
what I
because
think.
he's like making money off of it and whatever. But a lot of guys aren't. Like that guy who had that Chewbacca in his bedroom.
That's his identity.
There's no upside. It's like he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, look, that's Chewbacca. Like, okay.
Yeah, because I will say I hide. Like I love American Ninja Warrior. That's like I picked that up when I had my injury, and I try to spare Tom from it. Like I'll watch it when he's not around, just so that he doesn't have to stomach it.
Yeah.
And then I like teen dramas. Like I like teen movies a lot, and I don't make him watch that shit with me. Like I try to hide. I'm ashamed, so I hide.
You got to talk to Yami Lee. Her like sister-in-law was one of the women on Ninja Warrior who like did really well, like finished the course.
Wait, is it Flex?
I don't know what her code name is, but her real name is Whitney.
Oh man, yeah.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
Like.
Okay. Yeah, let's text her right now. I want to find out because it's very hard for a woman to do the advanced course. Not a lot of women make it. Here's Jessie Flex Lebrec. She's my favorite.
Yeah, that's not her.
Jessie. Yeah.
Type in Whitney.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And see if anything comes up.
Because women, they don't have often the upper body strength that it takes. A lot of the men got that upper body strength.
Yeah, that's it.
Her?
Whitney Sigler.
That's her cousin?
Wait, go to the one on the left. No, it's her sister. It's her brother's wife.
What?
Yeah, she kicks ass. By the way, she has like 7 kids or some shit.
What?
Yeah, and she just kicks ass.
Wow.
But look at her right there. You know why she's running like that? Because she's got 7 fucking kids.
Yeah.
I'd be running. I'd be like, get me the fuck out of here.
I know. What a nightmare. Oh, that's so true. Although I have to say, now my kids are a joy. Juju turned 3. And Ellis is 5.5, and it's great. It's fucking fun now, dude. I got a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and now I can we talk shit, we play, we run, we do. It's like, dude, once they're human, it's fucking rad. I don't like baby stuff. Like baby stuff freaks me out. I like them to be a little self-reliant. I like teaching them where, like, Ellis called me a dish bag the other day.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, no, dude, it's douchebag.
Yeah.
Like, I like teaching them.
That's dope.
Yeah. Like
you're passing wisdom along.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I teach them cool music and stuff like that.
How was Jamie came over with her son, right?
So
to your
rad.
house?
So rad.
And he took a shit in your house, right?
Took a shit in my toilet.
Yeah,
in my
hell yeah.
Toto wash sled. Yeah.
Wow.
She's great, man. We had a blast. I love her. I think she's just such a special lady. We're gonna hang out again soon.
She's the best.
Traveling, yeah.
She's
she
just
is
the
amazing.
most.
Nice girl. You guys are both normal. I think that's why I liked you too immediately when you first came on your mom's house. You guys are like the most normal people in Los Angeles. And that's because you're not from here.
Normal, but also very Jamie's like normal and very nice and sweet.
Normal. Yeah.
I'm normal and I'm nuts, you know, like I got some shit where it's like, what the fuck are you like, you know?
But to me, but I like that because you're more normal in that you've acknowledged your stuff. I think as long as you're cognizant of what your shit is, and you're not just like fucking up other people's lives all the time.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I can be friends with people that aren't in therapy or haven't worked their shit out now.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you're just projecting all your shit onto me. I can't do this.
Yeah. You got to be able to know, like, when I was young, it was like you would get mad and then you would just like it would be like, and you'd be like, I'm on the other side of it. Like, what just happened, you know? And we're like, when you get older, like, you go through this stuff, or you have therapy and meditation, and you're like, oh, okay, I could feel like one of the meditations I do, the guy's like, think about something, right? You have your eyes closed, and he's like, think about something that makes you angry. And think about something that makes you really, and he's like, what is it? What is this feeling that you're feeling? Is it in your chest? Is it behind your head? Like, what is anger when you're feeling? And you do this like a bunch, and then like he'll try and transition you to be okay, now think of someone you love, and then he's like, feel how that's different, and you feel it. So sometimes like I'll start getting angry now, and instead of it being like 78 minutes later that I realize I'm like, oh, I'm angry. It's like 45 seconds, you know, where like you're like, oh shit, maybe like I'm bugging a little here, or like,
you mean
this
like
is unnecessary.
You mean like you go through the feeling of it faster because you can locate the feeling in your body, like you can identify it? Is that what you mean?
Well, yeah, and it's also like I know something's going on here, instead of just like, I woke up, I had breakfast, I got angry, I did, like, it's just part of the thing, like, you know, it's like it's like you realize you got angry when it's over.
Yes.
That's how I used to be.
Same.
Where now it's like, oh, I feel this. I'm only 45 seconds into it. I feel like I see, oh yeah, I am. My voice is a little raised. I'm this, like, here, I'm getting there. Let me chill out. No matter what, even there's times where I'm like, no, you should be fucking angry at this. It's like, no, it's okay. Like,
have you done the stuff where you go and you figure out the root cause? Are you that, I don't know where you're at.
Yeah.
You're like that's a childhood thing. That's because the reason I get mad every time a leaf blower blows because my dad beat me with a leaf blower. Like, you know what I mean?
I did that like 8 years ago. I did some of that, but also it's like a lot of my stuff is just mimicking what I saw around me. You know, a lot of stuff isn't like, there's this, like, some things are like, there's this root thing of this, but then there's just times where it's like my natural thing is to like shut it down. Like, you know, like, okay, no, like, let's move on. Like, or it was get angry. And like the thing growing up in my like family or whatever was like being right was a currency, you know? It's like I never saw a lot of like physical abuse, but it was like the fights were daily. They were fucking crazy. And it was like, like now, you know, when I was just dating this girl, it's like,
I hate fighting.
yeah, and somebody told me like, okay, when you're fighting, you're not fighting against the person you're fighting with. You're fighting against the fight. You want the fight to be over. So how do you fight the fight? What do you do to make the fight end? Not, I have to let this person know how they're wrong, you know, which is, and that was the thing in my childhood or growing up. It was very like, somebody would argue about the same thing for 4 hours, just trying to like prove the other one wrong. And then when it was like, oh yeah, and then it was like, yeah, like, and that was like the currency of like, I feel on top of the world right now because I was right. And like getting to the bottom of that whole thing was a lot of what I was working on. Where like, I'll still catch myself doing it, you know, sometimes where I'm like, like, and then you see some people where like that doesn't exist to them, where like somebody says something wrong and you know that they know it's wrong and they just go like, oh, okay. Like, and they just let it go. Like I can't, it's like, now it's, you know, at a 2 where it used to be at like a 10 of like, if somebody's fucking wrong, you gotta be the one to fucking let them know they're fucking wrong, and you gotta tell them why, and you gotta prove it, and you gotta, and now it's just like, yo, chill. And like, it still gets the best of me sometimes, you know, like I still fucking, it still happens, but I think doing the work is like figuring out, like, oh yeah, I was doing that there, you know, like with this girl that I was dating, one of the things she said was like, you know, after dating for like 2 weeks, she's like, you know, sometimes I feel like you kind of like are picking on me, like you're not intentionally like being mean, but, and I was like, oh yeah, well, because like I was like, yeah,
like
I'm
joking with her, like,
right, yeah, and I was like, you know what, like I'm sorry, I got to I haven't been in a relationship in a long time. I've only been around friends, so that's the thing, you know, like when, and it wasn't like, you fucking stupid bitch, you know, but it was like when she did something dumb, instead of being like, hey, that's all right, I would make her feel worse about it, you know, but I thought I was being funny, and like that was the problem, right? Is like 80% of the time she'd be laughing hysterically, and then the 20% of the time she'd be like, whoa, I think you're being like a little mean or whatever. And I was like, you know what, you're totally right. Like, this is probably not the best way to start like a romantic relationship by me being like, yeah, that was fucking dumb when you did that, huh?
Yeah,
like,
come on, fatso.
Yeah. So
like,
it was like,
fat.
you know, just acknowledging. And again, it's like, to me, the work isn't like, okay, hey, I'll never do that again. Like, no, but it's more like, okay, like I have to acknowledge it. I know I do that. Can you point out to me when I do it? If I do it, I just want to know, like, and that was the thing at first, like the first day I was like, you know what, like maybe let me know where the line is. And then like the next day I was like, you know what, I'm not even going to try and dance around the line. Like, I'm just going to not make fun of you, which is hard.
That's not, see, but then you went into the whole thing of like, okay, so then now for the rest of your life, you got to walk on fucking tenterhooks. Is that the right phrase? You know what I mean? Eggshell, yeah, like you're always like, I don't know, I gotta fucking dial myself back because Nancy can't handle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but see,
you gotta find a savage, bro.
See, but to me, that's where like the childhood shit comes in, because I go, what's wrong with her that she can't handle abuse?
Yeah. Just take the abuse.
Which is crazy, right? And that's our thing, because there was so much abuse around that. It's like, you think that's abuse?
Yeah,
like,
it's nothing.
No, like, exactly. So it is us. Like, it's us being like, hey, you need to fucking be this, right? And that's the thing. It's like, even if you say like, hey, you have your way, I have mine, that's one thing. But if you're like, hey, you gotta fucking toughen up. Like, and listen, that's what my head says.
Yeah, my head always says that.
But you have to, like, I think the way to like learn and be whatever is to like, hey, maybe someone should be upset when someone they care about and love is like telling them they're a fucking moron, and like, yeah, right? Like I think they're actually probably healthier. Like, where with us, it's like, oh, me and my friends, it was like whoever loved you the most was the one who shit on you,
of course,
the most, and whatever. Which again, it's like, I think we have to go, hey, that's how we are, and we have to understand that that's how they are. But I think the problem comes in when you start being like, hey, you need to be more like me.
Yeah, you need to be dysfunctional, like I
right.
know.
And it's like, hey, like when I'm gonna, it's just like, even if you could see like 50% of the shit I used to do is going away, it's like she'll see that I'm trying to change and compromise and like not do that thing.
Yeah,
you know. But it's also great when like we had our issues, but she was great when it came to like telling me what was going on. You know what we had a real problem with is like, again, I don't know if it's the addict or the New Yorker or how I grew up. I'm very honest, and I just say what I'm fucking thinking in this. And I think whether she was dating people who were like this or people in her family were like this, like she would always try and like decode what I was saying.
Oh.
And I was like, no. I said exactly what I fucking meant.
Yeah.
And it would be like, and then she would say like, okay, yeah, like totally that. And then like an hour later, she'd be like, maybe you did that thing because of this. And I'd be like, what? No, like you don't understand. I
told you.
That was my react. Like, that's just how I feel. Like, she tried to say like, oh, well, you don't like traveling. Maybe you should go to therapy because you hate traveling so much. And I'm like, what? I hate everything. And she's like, no, I think it's because like you just want to control everything.
Yeah,
and I'm like, well,
feels better that way.
Right.
I like to control stuff too.
Right. And I'm like,
It
yeah,
works.
that's part of it. But it's also like, it's not like I've never traveled.
Right.
I traveled. I saw it. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like someone.
Big Ben, Notre Dame, done it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Oh, a clock.
Hey.
Like, okay. But it's like, I don't know. I'm not somebody who's never left their fucking house.
Yeah,
Like,
you're a pretty cultured guy. You've seen
Yeah.
the world. You've done stuff. It's not like you're this hermit who's phobic of the world.
yeah. And I'm just like, no, I just know where I'm happier. And again, like I told her, sure, like we could compromise. We can go on trips or whatever. But it was still like that was the thing that we just talked about, right? Was like she was trying to push on to me that because I didn't like to travel, it wasn't normal.
That you're abnormal.
Like she's like, you should be more like me, where
Right.
I enjoy not having all my stuff,
Right.
sleeping in a random bed, and shitting on a random toilet.
Sorry. We got to wrap in a second. But here's the thing I'm thinking of with Tom and I really do think, I think Matt Fulcheron said this once. He's like, musicians are united by the music they like, they love. Comedians are united by the comics they hate.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's something to that where you can sit in a room with somebody. This is always what I tell people with Tom and I, why we work so well, is that he and I can sit in a cafe for hours. And then all I have to do is go, holy shit, you see that? And he goes, fucking A, I can't believe that shit either. And we know exactly who we're talking about. It's that couple that's fighting over there, that guy wearing socks and sandals, and he looks like a fucking douchebag. And you're united by your hang-ups. Because Tom and I are more united by what we both hate doing. Like for instance, we have a mutual thing of family. I don't like hanging out with family. I don't like my family. I don't necessarily want to spend a whole lot of time with other people's family, and we have a mutual respect. So for instance, if my family comes around, I'll be like, Tom, you got to pass. Get the fuck out of here. I'll take care of this. And I don't drag him into the shit he doesn't want to do because I know he doesn't like it, and vice versa. Understanding what that fucker hates, I think that's even more important than being like, we'd love to travel. Well, okay.
Yeah.
What about the shit you hate? Do you hate the same shit?
Well, I remember
that's bigger.
There's like a dating app supposedly that was based on like the shit that you hate. Instead of matching you on the stuff you like to do, it's like, what do you hate? And the reason why I don't know. I don't know if it like got popular enough or whatever.
Did it work, Nadab? Have you heard it?
I have not heard of it.
All right.
Yeah. But it's like, because I think like you said, right? It's like, if I really like something, I could understand a lot easier somebody not liking it than when I'm like, oh my God, that's the grossest thing ever. And someone's like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like clipping your toenails on the plane is gross. And you're like, no, you don't find that gross. Where if somebody's like, oh, I like to travel. I'm like, oh, I get why you like to travel. Like, I just don't. Like, whatever. Or if somebody's like, here you go.
Okay. Former Goldman Sachs employee built a dating app that matches you based on what you hate, and it's just launched in the UK. I feel like the UK would love that.
What's the date on that? 2012?
2017.
2017.
Hater. The dating app is called Hater. You should get on there.
I think I tried it, but there's like not enough, like girls probably just see the word hate and they're like, that's me.
Yeah, I agree. Women are taught to be pleasing as well, so it's a little more cultural, I think, for men to be able to. And by the way, one last thing before we go, women are always looking for the hidden meaning with men, and my mother always told me that men don't lie, meaning yes, they lie to your face, but I'm saying, like, if a man tells you something like, I don't want to get married, I don't want kids, I'm not interested, just hear that. Like, don't try to change that, don't try to and he'll tell you, like you probably, men are very direct with their preferences, and there's no subtext. Female communication, I think there's a lot of subtext involved, which I struggle with female relationships in that regard. I don't like playing the guessing game. I don't want to guess what you're fucking thinking. I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But men are not fucking subtle. They're very out there, which is kind of a nice thing.
And that's like the best part about hanging out with dudes is like, You could be with your friend. You're like, all right, I'm out. And it's like, all right, peace.
Gone.
Like, done. Where the girl's like, oh, what, you're going to go now? Like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Oh, wait, did you, like, well, when are we going to? And there's like and it's the same. Sometimes I feel that way on the phone too. Like, I'll even be like, I'll be talking to one of my boys and like something is going on. I'm like, yo, I'll call you back, peace. Like, and it's just like done. Or we're like, if you do that to a girl, like, well, you just hung up on me like earlier. And what was that? And this, like, I don't.
Stupid bitch. Well, on that note, bye.
Yeah.
Bye, Rob. No, I'm saying, thank you so much for coming. You're just a joy. Pajama Pants Podcast. Check it out. Try it out.
Thank you.
And now you're on TikTok.
Yeah, Pajama Pants Podcast. And I'll do a teaser for next week's episode.
Oh.
I just see, for Where My Mom's At, I just see one line up there. It says, kids stuck in toilet. That's great. I love that.
We didn't even play that one.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Teaser for next week.
Oh, okay. You got it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Thank you for being here. Fabulous Rob Iler.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for all this stuff that all the, half of our fans I feel like are your fans.
No way, you guys, you're the best. Okay, guys, come see me do stand up live. ChristinaPOnline.com for tickets. And until next time, stay cool, moms. Ooh, ooh.
Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?